Hey team, it's Aaron here from the Hookah Enthusiast New Zealand page. As you know, I've been doing a few reviews and stuff, cruising around shisha cafes in the Auckland Hamilton area, and through that there's a new website that started in New Zealand. A few guys, excuse my pronunciation, but I think it's House of Zane, houseofzane.com or .co.nz if you want to go check it out, but they are all over the Hookah Enthusiast page as well. The guys there have kindly sent me something that I've wanted for ages, looking at hookah heads and stuff like that online, and Hookah John is a massive name, so they've offered to give me one, which is real nice of them to try out. The 80x80 bowl is something that I've liked for a while, so I wanted to try it out. So yeah, here it is. Here's my setup and review of the 80x80 bowl. Cool. First of all, the packaging turned up in a cool little box like this. I imagine if you were to buy something offline, it would be like that as well. Comes all packaged up. I have opened this to have a look. This isn't my first look, and I've also pre-washed it out because I'm going to make a head out of it and I'm going to smoke it. I didn't want anything to be in there, but cool. Comes all nicely packaged in some brown paper and some bubble wrap. So you know, shipping around New Zealand obviously is a big thing. It's going to be pretty cool. My first inspection of the bowl, it's way smaller than I thought it would be, but that's okay. It's still the bowl that I've been watching people use online and happy with, and it's super awesome. It has got a coating all over it. I don't know what makes the Hookah John bowls so good, but they get massive reviews online, so something's got to be good about them. The shape, I mean, I use another sort of generic funnel bowl, which I think is a rip-off of another Hookah John bowl. But I can see in here, even though it's like got a glaze type coating on the outside, on the inside it looks like it's all exposed clay, if you can see that. So I don't know if that will soak in the flavour like a clay bowl, unglazed clay bowl does, and season the bowl, so then from then out it's going to be a good bowl. Obviously it doesn't take too much shisha, being quite shallow and small, but there have been reports of guys online getting a good couple of hours smoke out of it. So yeah, I mean, we'll have a look, we'll give it a jam, we'll pack it. I'm going to be packing this bowl in a medium dense donut style pack, which is what has proven to be good in these bowls, and I'll be able to show you what that is. For the packing of the head, I'll probably bring the camera down and over it so you can have a good watch. So yeah, here we go. So here we have it, our bowl. This is a gum and mint mix. That's my go-to mix. It is 1 part ice gum from Alpaca, 2 parts frost mint Alpaca as well. It's my go-to standard mix. It's what the pipe I'm going to be using is good for. So yeah, I'm going to give it a medium dense pack. Just excuse me while I do this. I'm just going to fill it up with shisha here. Obviously it's not going to take much at all, too full. Just excuse me. Don't mind getting messy with my shisha. It's just shisha after all, right? So just give it a slight condense. Yeah. Now I'll just get rid of some of this. Now what I'm going to do is around the edges, I'm going to pull it away from the edge. Now the reasoning behind this, from what I've learned online, is so that it actually bakes the shisha all ways, not just from the top down. I didn't really trust it or believe it, but then I did it for myself and it actually proved to be a good shish. So and then once you're away from the edge on the outside, we just pull it away from the middle a bit. So it is a rough donut pack. It's not really donut as you would normally have a donut, but it's pulled away in the proper places. Can be niggly there. I'll just compress it a little bit more. and that's cool. And for the foil, I use a Messiah foil. Seems to be good heavy duty foil. It's never let me down yet. And age old myth, shiny side up or down. Trust me, it doesn't matter. Do not worry your time about it. But you have to forgive me if I don't do such a cool foil job. I am used to smoking at the moment. Actually, that's not bad. I'm used to smoking at the moment out of a silicon glass insert bowl with the heat exchanger on top. So I'm not used to doing foil at the moment. Always give it a little rub around the edge there just to seal everything in. Nice and tight. Little hole poker here. And that should do it. I won't go in the middle because those who know, who deal with these types of bowls, know that when the spiral's in the middle, you don't do holes around there. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to run 2 or 3 coals on this. Being such a little head, I will cook up 3, but if it's too much, we'll just go back to 2. Sweet, so our head is packed. It's all done here. I am only going to run 2 coals at first. Or, I don't know, I'm undecided. 2 or 3, maybe 3 to get it started, then dip down to 2, I'm not sure. The shisha I'm going to be using, I do not know the brand of the shisha at all. This hookah pipe. I bought it from my local hookah, my shisha cafe that I go to. But I found them on Trade Me for like $100, so definitely nothing flash. But I've changed a few things. Didn't come with this cool hose, and this bit here to match that. I've all done that myself. I think it looks quite snazzy. It's black and red accents, but like, look how little this head looks on here. It's tiny. So hopefully we get a decent smoke out of it. Yeah, once the coals are done, we'll be into it, and we'll be back real soon. Sweet. So I started with 3 coals. I use Ikanara coals, the small squares, pretty much because in the silicone bowl I use with the heat exchanger, 2 in there is just fine. So I've got 3 on here to start it with. I have had a couple of puffs on it to get it going. Literally took like 30 seconds and it was going, probably because of the size of it. I mean, it's decent. Like, it's everything a shisha head is, but there's no weird sort of brand new taste. There's, yeah, it's weird. I mean, yeah, it's good, decent, smoky head. It actually tastes really good. I think I'm quite used to the silicon head and how that's been going, but yeah, this is really, I'm quite impressed, to be honest. First impressions, like a couple of hits, it's real good. I mean, if it does say it only lasts 1 round of coals, then so be it. It's 1 round of coals. It's not hard to make another head, but I mean, I'll continue smoking it. I won't smoke the whole thing while you guys are watching. Obviously, that's going to be a little boring, but we'll keep going. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see. So House of Zane, look them up on Facebook. They're the ones, they're importing the Hookah John stuff, which is really good in New Zealand, obviously getting big name brands, apart from just all the replica stuff we usually get. And also they're going to soon bring in Eternal Smoke, shisha flavour, tobacco, which is really cool. That's only stuff I've ever seen. Same with this Hookah John stuff. I follow a few shisha podcasts and stuff like that, AM Hookah podcast, which is no longer going, but it's still good to look back on. I mean, they use Hookah John all the time, and Eternal Smoke's a massive tobacco in their sort of collection, so I mean, it's really good. Look them up, House of Zane on Facebook. They're always on this page, and always willing to give you good and solid advice. So we'll smoke this through. I'll let you know right at the end how many sets of coals or what it's like, how long it went for. But yeah, first impression is really, really good. So welcome back. It's been 1 second for you guys, but it's been about 40 minutes. And it's significantly like less flavour than when we began. To be like, there's like not even half a worth of normal shisha tobacco in there. Probably could have packed it a little bit more densely. But other than that, like it's been really good. Like the actual head itself, like drawing the smoke through and everything's really nice. I can only imagine a little bit into it, there got to be like the new taste of everything, but that's fully to be expected. Like everything tastes new when it's new, obviously. If you've ever had the pleasure of breaking in a brand new hookah, you'll know that it can taste like crap until it's done. But no, it draws nice, everything's nice about it. I did go down to 2 coals. 3 was a bit much after it got started. I expected that. But apart from that, I think once it's, I will smoke like probably my next 10 bowls from this bowl. And I'll probably say that that exposed clay on the inside will draw in that flavour. And then on it's probably going to be really nice head. I would probably use this head if like I'm in a rush, like just want to have an hour shisha or like half an hour shisha, just a quick one in between hanging out with mates or lunchtime, whatever. This is probably a perfect head to do that with. But yeah, I mean, I'm impressed. I'm grateful to House of Zane for actually giving it to me to try out. And also, I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and if it works, I'll attach a link on the video to the House of Zane website for you to go look. Also, in the Facebook post on Hookah Enthusiast New Zealand, I'll also tag them as well for you to look at. But by all means, go shop there. They have a whole lot of Kalimumun hookahs that you can purchase and flavour and coals and foil and everything. So really good, decent New Zealand website, finally in New Zealand with some good quality stuff. So yeah, it's been really good. I'm impressed. I will do a couple of future videos coming up. I've got like a whole collection here of heads and other pipes with flavours. Also, I'll review a couple of flavours. Our waha, eternal smoke, when House of Zane gets it, I'll get a pot of that. But mostly alfaka that's what we have in New Zealand to use. But it's been real good. I mean, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, keep smoking, keep going. Thank you.
Do you want me to like, close these doors or something?
No. I'm just doing a little test run here. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, we'll start again. Can you stay there? Because I'm going to get you to like stop and start it a bit so I can edit it easier.